All right. So, different, uh, a little kind of a different setup. Not really. Simply because I'm using my laptop as opposed to using my phone to record these videos. Because like I can never. I can't say I could never, but I'm trying to learn to figure out how to really get the best, like get the best bang for my buck when it comes to like figuring out what's the best setup to make content with. And uh the issue is that yes, I have a computer and I did kind of reformat my drive uh and stuff like that. So I might start just I'm gonna try to figure out what I want to do with my computer. If I'm being honest, I don't I don't really know what to do with my computer right now because I do have space on there now because I reformatted my hard drive and I can use it now. I just had to get rid of all that stuff I had on the hard drive. I just don't have it anymore because I needed the space. I needed to do something. I had to make a decision, and I hate having like seeing my hard drive on my desk that I can't use. Right, I can use it now, but the problem is like I don't know what I want to use it for yet, outside of like making these videos. And if I'm being honest, the only thing that I'm really like that I've really been consistently doing when it comes to like content is making these videos for this channel. Is just yapping, but like I'm trying to figure out if I want to take this over to my main channel, um, and just kind of like do like a yapping session, uh, and then just put like a really nice thumbnail over it because I'm confident in my ability in making a good enough thumbnail for these videos. If I put it over on my main channel, it's just not gonna be edited because I just don't feel like edit. I'm just not an editor. I'm just not. I can edit. I have obviously y'all seen my work. I have edited before. I don't think I'm a bad editor, like skill wise. I just don't I just find editing to be very tedious, and it gets it can get it I don't know. It's one of those things where like it really I really have to be in the mood. I really have to be in the mood. And I'm really not in the mood to edit stuff. I'm not. I'm simply not. Every time like, and on top of that, I can't use DaVinci Resolve the way I want to because on my because the reason why I got on my computer, right, to edit and was to edit. Well, I got on my computer and stuff like that, and have my hard drive, and I've reformatted and everything. I got on there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna download DaVinci Resolve again because the only editing software I can even stomach that I can stomach is DaVinci Resolve. I know I think it kind of feels a little anti like not anti, but it feels a little like isn't DaVinci Resolve like really complicated? If you know editing softwares, you know what I'm talking about. It's not. I like DaVinci Resolve. I like using it. I've been using it for my past videos for years. But the problem is, it's like I don't like using number one. I don't like using CapCut. I don't like using what is it called, iMovie or Movie Maker. I don't like using because I've been what's it called? I've trained myself. I've trained myself to use DaVinci Resolve, and I know how DaVinci Resolve works. I went to school for Adobe. I learned how to use Adobe. That's not an issue. I can use Adobe if I wanted to, but I don't like Adobe. You know why? Because they have horrible business practices. They freaking suck as a company. They're a horrible company. And we all and most people have collectively agreed that Adobe just sucks. It's a horrible company. It sucks. It's a horrible company. So, so my only option is DaVinci Resolve, but my computer, for some reason, is refusing to open up the application of DaVinci Resolve. I don't know why. I don't get it. I went on Reddit, right? I went on Reddit multiple times. I looked it up. It's still to this day. I do not know why my computer has decided that it just does not like DaVinci Resolve. It just does not want to open DaVinci Resolve for some reason. It will download iMovie. It will download Adobe. It will download CapCut. But DaVinci Resolve is the only one that has as many services in the free version of the software as it does compared to other free versions of video editing software. Right? And it's like so annoying because it is one of the best video editing free version. Free, mind you. Free. Right? One of the best free versions of editing softwares you can find on the internet. I've scoured. I've looked. I promise you I've looked. I may have I don't know. I don't like not many of them look reliable enough as DaVinci Resolve. It's that simple. I've looked at free versions. They all look scammy as hell. Hella ads. This and that. CapCut has ads on it. It's a free like CapCut itself is paywalled to hell and back to do the basic editing on it. Ugh. Don't get me started on CapCut, bro. And then on top of that, the TikTok company, the company that owns TikTok bought CapCut. So now it's even worse. Right? But to this day, DaVinci Resolve is the best option to edit anything on and not have to worry about anything outside of just you and the edit. Why is that so hard to ask for? And this is like one of those things where it really does stop me from doing making the videos, doing the things that I want to do. It's that simple. It's really that simple. It's like it's not simple, but like it's really how it is. It's like I just don't feel motivated to do half the videos that I want to make or make half the videos I want to make because I can't edit on the editing software that I want to edit on. So I'm starting to get to this point where I'm just gonna have to just bite the bullet and just if you on my main channel, I might post this on my main channel. Um, but like one of the biggest things that has been really annoying for me to have to deal with is, at least when it comes to my main channel, is like I want my main channel to be the channel where my videos are like somewhat professionally made, you know? And I don't know. It's really I might have been peeking, yo. I don't know. It goes up to yellow. I just looked at it. It goes up to yellow sometimes in the audio playback, but it's just really annoying. It really is. And on top of that, like I have my laptop, but the problem is with my laptop is it's an older laptop. I've had this laptop that I'm recording on now for years. I'm not even gonna try to download DaVinci Resolve on this bitch. I'm not. I'm not even gonna put my laptop through that type of pain. Okay, I'm not gonna put it through that type of torture. I love my baby. Okay, I love both of my babies, but I'm gonna be real with you, though. I don't think my laptop can handle it, so I'm just not gonna try. I barely have OBS on this shit. Okay, so yeah, I think that's where I'm at when it comes to my content. So I'm really starting to get to the point where, you know what, I have things I want to talk about. I do, but I want it to be, but I think I have to just make them like this, just a talking head video, and just have a really good thumbnail. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I got my coffee. All right, and I might make these just into like video casts, video podcasts where I just sit here and just talk to y'all. Um, I like if on my main channel, I have a lot of video. I've done this before. When I was younger, in my beginning stages of my YouTube channel, I've had the video cast, video podcast stuff. I It's not like I haven't done it. I just really, I think sometimes my issue is that I get into, um, I really get into the weeds mentally about thinking about I really want this to be as good as possible. I want this to be as I hate to say the word perfect, but sometimes like ideas that I have in my head is like I really want this to be perfect. I really want this. I see the vision in my head, and it's like if I can't get that vision done, I get really depressed about it. Like, and I don't if I don't feel like I can get that idea in my head done the way that I want it to, it really does make me feel um it does feel I do feel a little depressed about it. I'm being honest. What's today? Also, today is July 4th. I'm making this on the 4th of July. So, happy. Uh, I don't know. Like, I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to say it, bro. I don't even want to say it, bro. If I'm being real, I don't even want to say it. Because if I'm being real, what has this country done for me? Like, let's be honest. What has this country done for me? For us. You know what I'm saying? As non-white Americans, what has this country really done for us? Nah. And honestly, I just feel like as and also that's another reason why it's hard for me to like another reason why I haven't really been posting on my main channel is because there's I've been so inclined to kind of uh what's the word like the stuff I want to talk about is not really that it's not really focused on fiction or storytelling because I've made my whole main channel about fictional storytelling and how uh and then what and just kind of the whole review esque thing. But I do feel like I want to pivot a bit again. I want to pivot again. I know, uh, and I I really don't want to. I've learned. I'm the type where if like y'all have seen it, y'all if you've been a long time subscriber on my channel, on my channels, you know that like when I have gained some traction, if you pay attention, you can see like when I've gained traction in a certain niche or a certain genre or whatever. If I've gained traction there, historically, I have this issue where like I don't know if it's an issue, but like I've had this historically I've been kind of I've kind of low key self sabotaged my potential success, because don't I don't want to be boxed into something that I don't feel fully comfortable in, you know. There was the first like if you look back at like my channel and the first thing that I really got popular for was my what if videos. Um, my what if videos were really popular. If you were there, you were there. I didn't delete them; they're just unlisted or private, and um, they're like though that era was probably the most interesting era and the most like fascinating to be in because I was young and I was trying to and that's just what I naturally wanted to do was make what if videos because I like what if videos. I do still do like what if videos. I don't watch them as much as I used to, but like I like I like I like thinking what if, like that's my storytelling and I kind of and I've taken that idea and I am writing my own universe, my own stuff and a lot of that comes from being able to think like what if this, what if that and I kind of mesh that into my universe and kind of based off of real life scenarios and all this stuff. This is why and when you think about it, right, when you think about the history of it, it makes sense as to why as to how I got there when it comes to like being as political and as where I am now as a 27-year-old, right? Like when it comes to like my political and ideological and moral standards and stuff, like I've done the work. I've worked on I've basically worked on this universe ever since I started this YouTube channel, right? In the background, this universe, these stories I've been crafting. I've been working on it for uh yeah, since I've started really gaining traction on this YouTube channel because because like going back to like what I was when I first got a lot of views was my what if stuff, storytelling, obviously, right? Into and then I got popular from that, but it was, but the popularity wasn't something that um, it didn't get me to a point to where I uh like people like it's weird because the stuff that my videos got popular for like that didn't translate to me getting any brand deals. That didn't translate to me like actually being publicly seen as reaching a new tier of popularity. You know what I'm saying? Because I like outside of the fact that I met a lot of amazing other creators on YouTube and on other sites like TikTok and stuff like that. Like, but that's because we all were working our asses off at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Working our asses off. Actually, we actually like this. We actually like doing it, right? Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Gummo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marlon, my boy Marlon, bro. Legend reacts. Ah man, I was watching. I was going back on my old playlist, and I have a video of his on the playlist that I made for him. And I was like, damn, I wonder what he's doing now. I haven't talked to him in years. She TV. Look, I I think I'm much more of a podcast type character than I like to admit. So I might start just diving into that more on this channel, and just kind of seeing where it goes. You know, uh, bring I guess I can bring back Senku After Dark. To be honest, low key, I could just bring back Senku After Dark, and it will probably. You know what? I might just do that. I actually might just do that. Low key, yeah. I might do that because it I think that format is fun, being able to sit down and just talk about stuff and kind of be a I don't know, screw it, why not, you know. Uh, the second time I got some traction was because I took that I got a good bit of views off of those videos. Like I got into like the 5K, type realm, type era, of my channel. Like a lot of views, a lot. That for me it was a lot, right? But it did. But there was a thing like it didn't translate into subscribers like that, right? And the problem is that when you being on the platform as long as I've been on, I've been making YouTube videos for 9, almost 10 years at this point. No, almost 9 10 years. I think I started in 2017. Yeah, 10 years. I started technically in 2017, but I didn't start taking it seriously until 2018. So 9 years, basically. And that's crazy. That's crazy. This is if you look at if if you were to take everything that I've worked on over my whole life, all the projects I've done, all the stuff that really that I've taken the time to focus on, like YouTube is my biggest project, my most consistent project year over year, right? That I genuinely feel like is something that I can actually do, you know? There's so many things in my life where I uh can where I do it. Like I'm still in school, like I'm still in college. I'm on the next semester is coming up in August, but there like even in filmmaking, even in filmmaking, bro. If I'm being honest, like even the whole reason that I even came to school was so I can be better at making YouTube videos. Y'all understand this? Y'all understand? Yeah, like y'all, I don't like, and it's one of those things where I just kind of, I feel like this is where I have to be. You know, this is where I have to. This is where I reside. You know, this is where I feel the most comfortable. I don't even feel comfortable on TikTok. I don't even post on TikTok. Barely, right? I barely post on other social media sites like that. Like I post like on Instagram. The only reason why I'm on Instagram like that a lot is because that's the only other platform uh where I've been able to be more consistent on. Like I don't know if anybody knows of my old Instagrams that I used to have. I used to have an art Instagram that had a lot of subscribers. I mean, not subscribers, had a lot of followers. That I don't know why the fuck that I don't know why to this day. I don't know why that account had so many followers. It was an art. It was an art thing. It was. I guess because it was art at the time, and I was making. I was drawing and stuff, and I have a lot of. I still have them. I still have my art stuff to this day. And that is low key the backbone to a lot of my creative endeavors was is being able to draw. I don't think I'm that good of an artist, but I like to draw, if that makes sense. And yeah, man, it was that was an era, and I didn't know what I had until I was old. When I look back at my old social media presence, I didn't know what type of I didn't realize what type of influence, not even influence, but like yeah, what type of influence I had, you know? Like man, I was low key killing it out here. If I just focused more on that, I would be a lot bigger than I am now. But that's the thing. That's the thing though. That's the thing. I have this odd relationship with being uh popular. For me it feels like for me it honestly feels like I kind of treat my life as if I'm already popular, to where like I don't feel where like a lot of content creators or a lot of what's the word, like a lot of celebrities treat their popularity as if or treat their influence as if like I just can't I they just it's like I don't want to like some celebrities just don't want to feed into that, right? They don't want to feed into that like popularity mindset, where it's like, oh, I'm popular, so I should be promoting something to you. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. No, I kind of want to like not do that, because I see a lot of other celebrities and a lot of other content creators and a lot of other influencers do that, right? And I see that, and I was like, I don't like it when you promote stuff to me that I don't want to buy. You know what I'm saying? So why would I do it to the people that follow me, right? So I think that's kind of where I kind of reside, is being trying to be as mature about what what type of following I have. Like I honestly feel like I kind of appreciate the uh I really appreciate the mentality that I have about gaining a following, because I don't think gaining a following a is something you should strive to do. Gaining, like, you know what I'm saying, even though, like, yeah, that's probably the best thing you should do on social media, technically, because that's where your money is, right? But I don't even, like, I've told my therapist this multiple times. I don't even care about money like that. I don't, right? And my mom told me that the reason why I don't care about money as much is because, well, in her word, kind of in her words, she was basically saying, like, it's because you're basically spoiled, right? And you didn't have to like work your ass off for everything. But I don't fully agree with that, because I have my own, like I told her this. I don't have I have my own set of uh setbacks and issues, right? Because, like, I my internal drive, my internal motivation does not come from external uh does not really come from external, like, what's the word, like, people coming up to me and saying, "Oh my god, you're so cool, you're this and that," basically glazing the fuck out of me. I don't like, that's not where I get my happiness from. It's not. It genuinely is not. So I don't want people to do that, per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more of a person where I want people to see what I make and what I do, and get inspired to do it themselves, if that makes sense, right? Right. That's why I push for. That's why uh I talk about what I talk about. Love yourself, love others, stay wise, stay awesome, right? Because those are traits that uh anybody can do. Anybody can take those and be like, love yourself. What does it mean to love yourself? That's something you got to figure out for yourself, right? What does it mean to love yourself? I don't know. You got to figure that out. Love others, right? Love others. It's really simple. It's a really simple mentality, but when you think about the idea of loving others, right? Like, love is a love is not one thing, you know? Like, love isn't one uh it isn't one specific way. You can't just describe it using, like, oh, when you love somebody, you do this, you do that. Love isn't always about action either. And love is sometimes love looks like letting somebody uh act a certain way, because that's the thing that they need, so they can feel better about their situation. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not hurting themselves, I feel like love is understanding. Love is about understanding. I think it's about understanding the people around you. It's about empathy, right? Love is about being empathetic towards other people around you, right? And when you're empathetic about other people, you start to understand that every every person, every human being has a different outcome or has a different situation that resulted in them reacting in a certain way, right? And you have to be aware of that. And when you're aware of that, it will be wrong for me to not love them, if that makes sense. It's like I have my situation, I have my personal life journey and life goal and life uh background, you know. And one thing that I've learned, that I've been raised to appreciate, and I've been raised to think about a lot, is that treat others the way you want to be treated. It's that simple. You treat others the way you want to be treated. What do you want to be treated with disrespect? Okay, if you want that, then you can then you should be able to to take what other people what when other people disrespect you. You shouldn't feel upset that other people are disrespecting you because you disrespected them first, right? But I don't want to feel disrespected, so I won't express that to other people. I won't. At least I will try not to. The goal isn't to do that, right? It may happen sometimes because emotions flare up, and being a human means that that you're gonna get triggered. You're gonna get triggered. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn to work through that trigger, and still be okay with the fact that, okay, I made a mistake. Things happen. Work with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're working to be a better person the next day and not do it again, or not to allow that to bring you out of the character that you want to be, or the person that you want to be, you know, I think that's fine. Love yourself, love others, stay wise. I say that because my last name is Wise, um, and wisdom is not something that wisdom is something you have to work towards. You know, it really is. Wisdom is something you have to work towards. You can't just wake up one day and make a wise decision. Making a wise decision isn't uh isn't always inherent in people, right? It can be. Uh, some people have a more wise approach to life, a more wisdom based approach to life than other people, but all wisdom is just learning from your experiences, learning from other people's experiences, learning from what the world is already telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like common sense on steroids, bro. It's really all wisdom is. Like, if we're being real, wisdom is just common sense on steroids. It's a better version of common sense, right? You got to be able to use context clues to figure out what what a wise decision looks like. And wise decisions don't uh are not it's not a one size fits all. It's a case by case basis. That is what wisdom is. Wisdom is under that is also what wisdom is understanding that being wise is about understanding that you cannot take one advice from a separate situation and force it into this situation. That was a whole different situation, a whole different scenario, right? With different people. You cannot take that and force it into this scenario with these different sets of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at wisdom. Um, and stay awesome. I like that one because don't forget to be awesome. If you know, you know. Uh, that is something that I feel like everybody should try to embody, is being awesome. Being so full of awe. You can't say awful, but I feel like the word awful should be used in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? You're so awful. You're full of awe. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the word. Awe, full. Full awe. Full of awe. Awesome is like some awe. You got some of that awe. How does that make sense? We need to switch those words around, bro. Let's be real. But the point is that you the point is that there are scenarios in my life where I want to uh I want to engage with this channel more, uh and that's what I'm planning on doing, and I'm probably just gonna post these videos and just make it podcast intro, bro. I don't know, man. Fuck it. Talk about whatever, and just see how well it does, honestly. And I'm low key. I've been thinking about the idea that because you know what, I'm gonna talk about this because I think the reason why I got so much into my head in the last couple years about my channel and about not and the reason why I'm not really posting as much is because I get into my own head when I think about like what the views is gonna be and this and that because I want the channel to be successful, but at the same time it's like when and because of the success because if I want the channel to be successful, but the problem is that I want the channel to be successful no matter like realistically I want this channel to be successful no matter what I put out. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be there for me as a creative artist, as a creative expressionist. Uh, I don't know. You know, to the but the problem is that um, most of the time when you look at history and you look at other creators on YouTube, like a lot of these creators, the time when they really are allowed to post whatever they want are is after they have a consistent set a consistent what's the word, after they already have a consistent series or a consistent uh popularity that they've maintained for a certain level of time doing something specific. Like Markiplier, for example, is a good example where Mark has been making gameplay videos for years, right? Like he's been making these mostly horror games, but mostly like just gameplay, just being a let's play YouTuber for years, right? That's what he's consistently been doing, and he's been making bank off of that. But the problem is that because not the problem, but it is the reality for his situation is that he's been allowed to create different things on his channel, like the short films he's made, skits and various different things, right? Like he's done that. He's been able to do that because his fan base has consistently been there and has consistently uh, seen his videos. They know him, you know what I'm saying? They know what he wants to do. He talked about it, right? And I think this is something that they allow him to do. After you get a certain level of success, you're allowed to make different types of content. But the algorithm doesn't reward you for making that different types of content early on in your career, so to speak, right? And my channel is a good example of that. If you go over to my gaming channel is much more successful overall than my main channel, right? Because my gaming channel, as it says in the title, Isaiah Senku Gaming, we play video games over there. Everybody knows what they're there for. Everybody knows what I'm there for. video games, right? And that's why I made the gaming channel, because I wanted to test that out. I want to see. See if you know, like me, you know, if you know my, like I've said this multiple times, I think, but like I am like a mad scientist. It feels like sometimes where um where I am where I like to test things out. As a content creator, I'm the experimentalist. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I like to experiment with the platform. And because I experiment with the platform, I don't really like when I get something when I get a series that's popular, I am not historically I'm not likely to double down on that series, right? I'm just not. I don't like to be boxed in like that. But at the same time, it's also a test for the audience, right? And for me anyway, that is much more uh important than cultivating an audience that's only there for like like my Pokemon series on my gaming channel. Like me playing Pokemon Fire Red is my biggest series on that channel. It still gets views to this day. I'm happy with that. I love that. That's great. I love the Pokemon game was fun to play. I'm not gonna lie, right? But even in that series, I tested different formats out. I tested two different formats out. I tested out uh basically what I did was over there I made my I made basically two edited videos, right? This wasn't fully intentional, but it it gave me an opportunity to test out what would happen if I did that, right? Basically what I did was, if you're not on my gaming channel, go subscribe to my gaming channel. I do have videos that I need to be posting up there as from I'm trying to like clip out my reaction from the Summer Games Fest out and trying to like space them out, but I don't know if I want to do that just yet right now. I have a lot of reactions and stuff like that. But that's up to you if you like gaming content. But outside of that, like what I did was I made the first episode. The first episode was insanely popular for my channel. It immediately became one of the biggest videos that I've made. I heavily edited it, right? Edited it. um, I um, I did that in the second episode, right? That video became really popular, so I decided, I bet we're doubling down. We're not. But I'm gonna finish the game. But what I did was I live streamed it. I live streamed the rest of the series, right? That way, what that does is that when people go into the playlist, right? All that does is drive up my watch time, right? It literally drives up my watch time. Every time anybody watches that series and they go down the list, they're driving up the watch time because it was live streamed. I live streamed it, right? And so because I live streamed it, they're watching it, and these are all popular videos. Some of these live streams are popular on their own, and then they go and they look at the playlist later on, and then they, you know what I'm saying, go through the thing. But most people start the playlist with episode 1 because that's the most popular video on the playlist. And that's kind of how that's what it evolved to be. Was like, I might as well get the best bang for my buck here and go ahead and just farm watch time, because YouTube loves watch time. That's why that gaming channel, in my opinion, is way more overall like popular, much more widely seen, much more spread out on the in the YouTube echoes in the YouTube sphere and the YouTube landscape. That's the word. In the YouTube landscape, that gaming channel is probably seen by many more people than my main channel stuff, right? Um, because I think the niche of gaming is much more, it gets pushed out more. I think the popularity of certain things and the way certain things work. Gaming, the thing the interesting thing about gaming for me is that gaming versus movies and TV shows is that gaming has a bigger appeal for a lot of people, a lot of younger viewers, right? Movies and TV is uh, has the appeal, but the problem is with movie and TV is that people are less likely to watch a YouTuber talk about movies and TV than they are about a YouTuber talking about video games. Because video games, because people are much more likely to watch somebody else play video games, or people are much more likely to watch somebody else talk about video games, because there's much more to digest with a video game, right? There's much more to do with the video game. There's much more to like hold on to and understand, right? That's why, in my opinion, video games is a superior art form than movies and TV. Actually, than movies. TV shows is like in between. There's movies, TV shows, and video games, right? When it comes to storytelling. When it comes to storytelling, movies is at the bottom. Okay, short film. There's short films, right? Uh, Movies, TV shows, or sorry, miniseries, and then TV shows, and then you got video games, right? That's like the basic setup in my head, right? Because video games allows you to dive into the story more. Video games allow you um to really sink your teeth into something more expansive, and it makes you think more about certain things. And that's why I like the gaming channel. The gaming channel is my favorite channel out of the three, because it's more of like, yeah, I guess I said it, but like I'm trying to figure out if it's fully true. I think it's one of my favorites because gaming has a much more there's much more you can do with video games, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's much more you can do. You can't really get that level of community from a movie. You know what I'm saying? When people make communities from movies, they're a community of people who like, it depends on what movie it is. But the older a movie is, the bigger the community gets when it comes to movies, right? Like the community gets bigger from after the movie's already solidified, and people can go watch it again, and then they rewatch and they see like, oh, this is interesting. Let's talk about it with other people, right? It's a one time. There's nothing much to really explore when you've already seen the movie like 5 times, right? The replayability for a video game versus a movie, it's like night and day, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real, okay? It's like night and day. Because you can go and play Bioshock for like the 15th time, and you can do something completely different in that gameplay. And that changes it can change your whole view about how you view the game entirely. Simply because you played the game for the 15th time and decided, you know what? I'm actually gonna try this superpower, or this mechanic in a game that I don't really engage with much and let's see what happens. And then now you're like, oh wow, this game is actually a lot deeper than I thought, because this specific weapon allows you to do this thing, and because you can do this thing in this game now, because you have this specific weapon or power that you have that you don't use often, it actually makes the gameplay a little more interesting now, right? Like, but you can't do that with a movie. TV shows are a little different because TV shows give you the freedom to you can the TV shows give you the freedom to go back and rewatch certain episodes. And when you rewatch certain episodes, you can get a new view or a new point of view or a new perspective because you watched that episode again. You don't have to watch the whole show again. You can just watch that episode and see like, oh wow, wait, I didn't even think about it. If you just look at this one episode from a standalone, you can start get a whole new view of the whole show just because you watched it from one episode, right? And that's why like video games, right? Um, the universe that I'm creating, I've been really trying to figure out how I want to implement this universe, how I want to express this universe to the masses and to the audience, right? Because I've been thinking about it like y'all see my T23 series, right? The Scentverse, Senku Entertainment. Like I after going to school for filmmaking and digital media and stuff, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, live action is fun. Don't get me wrong, I love live action, but I'm really starting to think about the idea that maybe the universe that I'm creating would benefit more from not being like like I don't want the universe to be stuck in a certain medium of expression. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it to be solely uh a live action series on YouTube, right? Like for example, like I'll tell y'all like with T23, um T23 is something that if I had uh a if I had more money just inherently, like I would I would switch up like the medium. I would switch up the medium of expression a lot more when it comes to like Scentverse, right? T23. I like a lot of it. I think for me, animation would like animating it would have a lot bigger impact, um, and be a lot more interesting for me to work with than live action. Um, I told my friend Esteban this when we was hanging out one day, and I was like, oh, bro, look, like my production studio is going to like my dream production studio, right? My dream, my perfect in a perfect world where I can create where my production studio can do whatever I want it to do, it's going to be able to create live action stuff, animated works, video games, and like physical printed works, like people who physically draw and stuff like that, right? Like all of that, everything gets incorporated into the story. Everything gets incorporated into the storytelling medium, bro. You know, like whatever the show or movie or whatever I make, right? Like it's all part of that. You know what I'm saying? Using as many mediums as possible. Audio, you know, like audio dramas are really interesting. Markiplier did one. I think that was an underrated thing that he did with what's it called? Something sleep. Uh, something I forgot what it's called. But the audio drama was sleep. He made a TV show out of it. I wasn't that interested in the TV show. I'll be real with you. The audio drama was way more interesting. Personally, I'll be honest with you. You know, Edge of Sleep. That's what it's called. Edge of Sleep. So Edge of Sleep was something that I enjoyed more as an audio experience than I did as a TV show, right? And it's funny as fuck to me because nobody talks about Edge of Sleep as much as they should. Because Edge of Sleep was genuinely like really interesting. It was like it's probably one of Markiplier's like best made creations along with his team, right? Because it wasn't just him that made it, but it was it was really good work. Um, the acting in the TV show. That's why I think the audio stuff was way better because it was just I didn't need the acting. I didn't need the physical the video part. You know what I'm saying? I just love the idea of hearing the story play out audio, right? Um, but that's just my personal opinion. But that's something that I find interesting where there is a lot that can be done with with various mediums, and I really think that I will be out in a situation where I'm allowed to create whatever I want from my production studio, from my production company. I would literally uh I would literally be making video games, movies, TV shows, right? I'll make anything that the universe requires me to make. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the universe needs me, whatever medium the universe wants me to create it in, it's gonna get created like that, you know. And it's that simple. Uh, and I'm kind of I'm kind of excited for the future because as as a person that's been doing this for a long time, at least on YouTube, I have uh, it looks like a lot of um, companies and the executives and stuff are looking for YouTube based content to make movies out of, right? Backrooms. Apparently there's a Mandela catalog situation that's going on. That's hey, 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 hey. Wait a minute. That might be a banger. That might be a banger. I'll tell you why. Because if they amp up the disturbia factor, if they amp up the creepy factor of what made Mandela Catalog so creepy and turn that into a horror movie, I don't think I could. I don't think I'm gonna be able to handle that movie in theaters, bro. Like genuinely, Obsession as well. Obsession isn't an IP that started. Isn't an IP that was already like I'm talking about like IPs that start. Somebody said if they made like Vita Carnis, don't get me started on Vita Carnis, bro. I don't think people are ready to see Vita Carnis on the big screen. Like let's be honest, like Vita Carnis on the big screen would literally make somebody's gonna throw up in there. Somebody's gonna throw up in the somebody's gonna throw up. There's gonna be somebody throwing up because this show that IP is just that IP oh my god, it's disturbing. It's disturbing to high hell. I can't even explain how disturbing it is. Just look up Vita Carnis and watch the playlist, bro. Fuck, shit is crazy. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how I'm coming, bro. That's how I'm coming. Pause. But if any if anybody who got the resources wants to work with a small content creator who has visions and has hella ideas, hit your boy up. Okay? Hit your boy. Hit your boy up. Okay? Don't be afraid, okay, to offer me some money to make a movie cuz we going to make that shit happen. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's going to be made. Okay? But I gotta make sure that the company that I'm working with is the right company because I cannot I'm not gonna work I'm not working with A24 because they signed a deal with Google. That's already a no go for me. Sorry, can't do it. Sorry, A24. I used to like y'all, but y'all made a bad decision. Y'all made a bad decision. Can't fuck with that one. Can't fuck with that one. Sorry, can't fuck with that one. Um, yeah, and I think this is gonna be this is a renaissance. Like me and my friend Esteban was talking about this like a couple years ago, or no, about a year ago, I think, about how like the indie renaissance is coming, is here, is here. The indie renaissance is here, right? But the thing is that it's one of those things where you got to be careful to not get yourself um, trapped by a bigger company. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be straightforward about what you expect from this company, and and I don't want no mumbo jumbo. Okay, I don't want no legalese garbage in my paperwork when it comes to contracts. Right? I need you to explain exactly what you want from me, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly what I want from you. Okay? Right? And it's like as soon as legally I'm gonna add it on there. Like I'm gonna type where like I would tell the company like if you work with an AI company, if you start working with the AI company, I want out the deal. The deal is null and void. The deal is null and void. As soon as you make an executive decision to partner with the AI company, null and void. Our contract is null and void. It's done. I'm not doing it with you. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to engage with that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. AI, generative AI, specifically when it comes to art, I think has a very specific use. Has a very specific use. In my head, I might get some pushback on this in the future, but in my head, I think there is a very specific usage with generative AI that I think will be amazing to see on screen. It would be I think it would be genuinely one of the coolest ideas that could be seen on screen. But but there needs to be a there needs to be a stark difference. There needs to be a stark threshold that audience viewers can tell. Like if you watch the movie, for example, right? There needs to be a stark difference as to what's happening in the movie, and then there needs to be like a threshold crossed, and then people's minds is going to be like, okay, something's changing, right? It's a change. Next thing you know, AI territory, right? Generative AI, but it's for a very specific use. And I really honestly don't think that there should be any blurring of lines. I don't think there needs to be any blurring of lines at all. No blurring of lines. Do not blur the lines. Do not make it. Don't make people question whether or not. No, 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 no. It's gonna be very cut and dry. Like you are now in a space, right? I can't get into it. I can't get into what the idea that I'm thinking of because I don't wanna I don't wanna give somebody else the idea. You know what I'm saying? This is my idea. Okay? But I'm telling y'all that the idea that I'm thinking of when it comes to generative AI and seeing it on the big screen, it has to be it has to be done, in my opinion, in a very ethical and specific way. But I'm not gonna tell y'all that. I'm not gonna tell y'all that. Okay, I'm gonna wait till I get the deal, until I get the movie deal, and then I can do it the way I can express it the way I need to express it, so y'all understand. right? Um, but that's just my personal opinion about it. I think it's a tool. It's a tool. Let's be honest about that. Okay, AI, MLMs, LLMs, um, these are tools that humans are using to be lazy right now. Currently, right? People aren't using it in the way that it deserves to be used. But they're not. But people aren't going to get to that idea. People aren't going to get to the point of understanding that this is a tool that needs to be used in a very specific way, at least creatively. At least creatively. I can't speak for other things because I'm not like a tech. I'm not. I'm not. I don't. I didn't go to school for tech, for technology. I don't know. Okay. But when it comes to creative stuff, when it comes to creative ideology, I genuinely believe there's a very specific use for generative AI. Very specific. And it can't go outside of those boundaries. It cannot. Okay? But that's just me. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that because I honestly think that the idea I have in my head is fucking genius. I genuinely think it's the best way you can use it, bro. And there's no other. I don't think any other way is going to be worth it. Honestly. Um. Next, I think. Uh. For me, I am so interested in what who is going to get picked by these companies to be the next big movie, right? We already have rumors about Steven Spielberg talking to the creators of the Mandela catalog, right? So that's one. But like, but are we gonna get like is it gonna be like a creepy pasta renaissance? Like what? Like, are we gonna get? Is somebody gonna have the bold? Is somebody gonna be bold enough? Who's gonna have the cojones? Who's gonna have the balls to make another Slenderman movie? Honestly, that's a genuine question. Who in the YouTube filmmaker sphere in this filmmaker YouTube filmmaker landscape is going to have the cojones to make another Slenderman movie and actually make it a good movie? I, when I say, and also there's one, apparently there's rumors about Siren Head as well, but like I don't know how a Siren Head movie is going to work because I don't think Siren Head is really that scary. He just sounds scary. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure. Maybe like if you hear him, you start going crazy or something. So like people have to like plug in their ears or something. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna implement that into a horror movie yet. But they can do it. They can treat it as like it's some. They can honestly treat it like it's like some Godzilla type scenario where it's like Siren Head just kind of uh pops up out of the ocean, or like he pops up out of, or he like like he could, it could be anything, right? Like Siren Head could just be like an environmental horror, if anything. That's kind of what Backrooms is environmental horror, in my opinion. Uh, and I think man, a lot of creepy pastas is gonna start getting made. I'm curious what's gonna happen, bro. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Um, I am. This really is a podcast, bro. Video cast, bro. I'm just sitting here talking to y'all. If you find my fourth channel, if you find my fourth channel, um, I started this concept over there on my fourth channel, because I just wanted to see. if I could, if it's something I can do consistently. I think it is something I think I can do this consistently. I think this is as I'm making this video now. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can't. Maybe I should bring back Senku After Dark. um, and just kind of do that. Make another video cast. And just focus on that. I think this is my wheelhouse. I think this is what I need to be doing. Um, and it gives me the freedom to talk about various different things that's happening in the world of movies and TV on this channel. And then I can also have a second one for my gaming channel. Uh, and yeah, um, but that's not until later because I would need back end to support because I'm really the type where like I gotta focus on one thing at a time, low key. Because if I do multiple things, I'm gonna get overwhelmed, and then I'm just gonna stop posting. So I'm gonna focus. I'm 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 saying it now. I'm gonna focus on doing this for about for the rest of the year. Yeah, for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, it's time for a podcast, right? We're doing a podcast here, and we're gonna talk about the movie film industry, different shows I'm watching and stuff like that. And that's that. You know, um, I'm probably gonna use my webcam and bring it over here next time. Uh, but we'll see. It just because the thing is, I've been trying to figure out like what is the thing that I can do that where I can feel like I can like just talk. Like it like I want it to be where a situation like this like podcasting, it just feels like I can or video casting anyway, feels like something that I can just kind of I can wrap everything into it. I can wrap all of it into it. You know what I'm saying? Everything like I want to talk. I want to yap, bro. What? 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 I want to yap, bro. I want to yap about things. I want to talk about things. And I want to do it, bro. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Um, but yeah, cause I was trying to study. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do like typing it because I have my Synchrony Entertainment Substack. Go look that up. Um, I'm gonna try to put all my links down to my various places where I try to keep people updated about things. But honestly, yeah, I think um, this is the best. I think this is the best. This is it. I think this feels right. This feels right to me. Sit down. I already have the equipment. Sit down and just yap about things, and then go from there. Honestly, this is. I don't know what episode Senku After Dark is on, uh, but we're back. We're back. Senku After Dark is back. Senku After Dark is back. I don't know if anybody cares about this series because I've been doing it. I haven't done an actual dedicated episode in years. Um, Actually, I probably can just check right now. Um, I'm gonna check. Hold on, let me check my. Uh, I gotta use the restroom, so I'm gonna hurry up through the last bit of this episode. But yeah, no edits, no cuts. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I love y'all, bro, for real. Um, yeah, hold on. Let me. I'm looking. I'm looking. Let's find out. Senku After Dark. 5 months ago. Yeah, yeah. So 5 months ago, and then the last one I made was 5 months ago. But after that, before that, the last Senku After Dark uh was 5 years ago. Oh my god, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's time to bring it back. I feel it in my nuggets. Pause. I don't know how many episodes. I have so many episodes of this. It used to be called Daily Wise, but I'm not calling it that anymore. Um, I think Senku After Dark I thought is probably the best. Uh, I'm just gonna keep it Senku After Dark. And I don't know what episode this is, but I honestly hold on. Let me let me go to the playlist. 49. I put I put I put 49 episodes in the playlist. Uh, yeah. I put 49 in the playlist, but the thumbnails the thumbnails aren't consistent at all. So I have to go back and uh do uh these because technically it's Daily Wise is the series, but Daily Wise was when I called my channel Isaiah Jacquard Isaiah Wise. That was my full name on my channel because I didn't have a specific name back in. I didn't have a name dedicated fully. Also, that's another reason. That's another reason. If you want another reason as to why I think my channel didn't get as popular as it should have been, was because I I switched up so many things on this channel. I changed so many things. I changed the channel name at least 4 times in the span of the the channel since 2017. You know what I'm saying? And uh, you know, I couldn't decide on a name. I just couldn't decide on a name until Isaiah Senku. And then Isaiah Senku was the it just made it just worked. It just works. It just works out. And only problem is that I kind of wish I could change it a little bit. I low key was debating on changing it to Jotachio. Um and uh that would have been if I would have thought of making my channel name Jotachio, because Jotachio is my OC, basically. He's the original character. Like he's basically me if I was in JoJo's. Uh, I think it would have been overall probably a better name to go with than Isaiah Senku. Because calling myself Isaiah Senku when if I'm being real, I'm not. I don't. I don't talk about Doctor Stone on my channel like barely ever. I love Doctor Stone. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, cut. Don't say. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But but I did mean to say that. Don't get it twisted, okay? Don't get shit twisted over here. Doctor Stone is goated as fuck. Let's not get that twisted, okay? The thing is though, is that if I was gonna call myself Isaiah Senku, I really could have doubled down into talking about Doctor Stone more. But Isaiah Senku is a name that isn't directly like a Dr. Stone uh, reference either. Like Senku also means pioneer. It also means like somebody who is seen as more or less, for lack of a better term, a role model almost, right? Um, and I think I don't see myself as directly a role model, but I want people to see me as somebody who is definitely a pioneer, somebody who doesn't who wants to keep innovating, keep getting better, keep trying new things, to just keep trying, just keep going, and just doesn't stop. A person that just doesn't stop going for the next thing, because that's really what my channel is. Is my YouTube channel is really just me trying new things out, seeing what works for me, and trying to find that middle ground between what works for me versus what works for the audience that I'm trying to cultivate, and hopefully trying to find a thing that both me and my audience uh, uh, can what's it called, can agree on, that we both like, that we all like, right? And I think I think podcast is probably the best thing, honestly. Uh, it just, I don't know, it just works for me. And yeah, I've done podcasts. I have a technically like an audio only podcast. You can go look that up. I'm gonna try to put that in the description. Um, and yeah, I don't use the podcast that much, but you should go listen to my old stuff, because um, while I'll be honest with y'all, while what I'm saying in those audio only podcasts was me just rambling at night when I'm about to go to sleep or whatever, and I'm just yapping into the mic, um, I might say some things that might rub some people the wrong way. I'm pretty sure I have episodes on this channel, on Daily Wise and Isaiah Senku After Dark, where I've said some things when I was younger where yeah, not the smartest thing to say. I'm just gonna let y'all know now. I'm be real with y'all, gang. Like, maybe not the smartest thing, maybe not the most well researched thing a guy could have said at the time, but I was being honest, and I think being honest and telling the truth that I think is true for myself is more important uh, than people realize. You know, um, you can always go back. Like now, like I'm literally saying it. Like, I don't think everything I said was right. I don't think everything I said in the past was uh, a like the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type where I am completely okay with changing my opinion. I will literally dead ass change my opinion multiple times in a given day, let alone in a year. I am not the same person I was, right? And uh I think a lot of celebrities have that issue. A lot of audiences may have that issue with um, celebrities, because they look at it like, they look at people like, I don't know, like a content creator like Corey Kenshin. If Corey Kenshin was to say something messed up in the past, and people like, why did he say that? You know what I'm saying? You get there's every content creator and celebrity has something that they've said where somebody's gonna take offense to it. Somebody's gonna take. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm looking at it right now. Hours, hours. I got hours of me yapping about bullshit. I'm pretty sure I said something in there where somebody's gonna find offense to it. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Um, I'm not educated about everything. I don't think I'm supposed to be. Um, but it's about becoming a better person the next day than you were today. You know what I'm saying? Learning to understand that people make mistakes. People say things, and it doesn't always mean that they're going to stay that way, right? It'll be much harder for me to say that if I was white. If I was a white American, I really believe it would be harder for me to say that, because being racist is something that you really got to take some time to. You can't, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to come back from that one. And sexist, but I think being sexist is something you can come back from easier than being racist, because being sexist I think is like you just gotta experience like being racist. You can experience life and still be racist. You can experience life with the opposite race and still somehow have racist connotations about them somehow, some way. But being sexist, it's easier to get over that hump to not be sexist, I think, than it is to be racist. I might I might get tomatoes thrown at me. You might throw some tomatoes at me. I'm sorry. Okay? But this is what the podcast is made for. So I can yap and I can say this shit. Okay? And be honest. Okay? I can have my hot takes too, okay? I'm not a person that like I think I honestly think that this is what we need, bro. Is give everybody a podcast. Everybody should have a podcast and just yap. Honestly, it will, and like I genuinely believe that like this is probably the best thing that people have been able to have or to get is podcast equipment, bro. I know people are like stop giving people podcast equipments, but these are you should be able to have your opinion, right? And be able to say it and be able to learn from the fact that when you say it, people are not going to like it. Some people may not like it. Some people are going to disagree with you, right? It's a two-way street. Being able to just, you know what I'm saying? Like you may not like what I say, and I might not like, you know, what your opinion of my opinion is. But for me, I like I know who I am, right? I know what type of individual I am. So I'm confident in the fact that what I say is coming from a place of genuine honesty and not me trying to say something that is going to actively hurt people. Um, some things some things can be said. I am still a man. I'll say that I am still a man. So I may say something that uh that women may find a little odd. I'm still a man, bro. I'm still a man. I don't think that's just something that I think that I'm just gonna have to live with, bro. I'm still a man. And men sometimes when we yap too much, we end up saying some shit that just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know what it's like being a woman. And when women yap too much, I don't know. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna say my opinion on that. Uh, on it, but you know what? I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. When women yap too much, in my opinion, they like get really. Uh, they already like. I feel like a lot of women culturally are raised to yap a lot already, and guys aren't. Right? So anything that I think a woman says is not really surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say like it like unless they're trying to like offer some information or teach somebody something. That's different because they're taking on the teacher or they're taking on a certain role that requires the listener to have an open mind about what they're saying. That's different. I'm talking about like just yapping about like real life and talking about the things that they experience or whatever. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like get mad at them or you know be upset that they're saying their opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? I just think there needs to be a level of understanding that you can't be mad that somebody says their opinion, or you can't be mad at somebody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not, as long as the opinion isn't like promoting like active violence. Well, what are they doing after they say that? You know what I'm saying? It's complicated. Like, what are they doing? Are they actively, are they voting for people who want more violence? Are they endorsing people who are actively physically violently hurting people? Like you can say anything in the world, but that doesn't mean that you're going to in real life vote for these people, vote for violent people, or uh, endorse violent people. You know what I'm saying? But I will argue that it is a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful out there. What the fuck am I talking about? Let me shut up. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, I'm yapping. I'm actually genuinely yapping now. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. This is what happens when a guy rants. Not rants, but when he talks for more than an hour straight. The PR just goes out the window. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, man, fuck. When a guy talks too much, he's going to end up. He's going to find. A guy is going to find a way. He's going to find a way to make somebody upset, or find a way to say something that's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I love you guys. Stay awesome. Stay wise, and don't forget to be awesome. Okay. So love others. Love yourself. Please use empathy. Empathy is a superpower. It is. It really is. And I don't think people realize that when you actively tell yourself to be empathetic towards other people, like you learn so much. You learn a lot. Like genuinely, you learn a lot. Like, whoa. People are so fascinating, bro. People are genuinely a fascinating creatures, bro. Humans are fascinating, bro. Humans are fascinating, bro. I love watching humans just be human, you know? Um and I just can't what? I'll see you guys later. All right.